the bitches start to clap. Ain't no biting my tongue, ain't no holding back. Showing all my swagger, time to hit the gas. Let's show these hoes how to work with class. I come strutting like a boss. Ain't your chicken heads, no, I got the shit on floss. I ain't hitting no brakes now, there ain't no looking back. Tell it to your mother, you bitches are fucking whack. Bitches always tryna flex. I ain't got no time to deal with the pussy ass stress. I got my middle fingers up, telling all these haters I don't really give a fuck. I ain't got time for fakes, you motherfuckers are just stupid and fucking late. I'ma sit on my throne while I laugh at your kinda late. And y'all a fucking joke, crazy in the head, but you call me insane. I'm the queen in this game, you all just pawns standing in my motherfucking way. Better take a step back, bitch, you hoes really don't know how to act. I'm about to be stacking up the paper, about to be getting my cash. Telling all of you bitches so you know that you kiss my ass. You dirty bitches staying broke. Got hit by gas, and you still looking like a joke. You try to step it up to my level, you ain't hoes, no you ain't even close. Your game is weak, and everybody knows. You keep talking all the shit, meanwhile, baby, all I feel is that drip. All you do is drip. Sorry, salty bitches, I got to go. It's time for you to man up. I ain't playing with your crows, you hoes can't keep up. My ass left you in the fire and smoke-filled dust. Bitches, stand up, keep it left in the nasty, crusty rust. When I step in, the bitches start to clap. Ain't no biting my tongue, ain't no holding back. Showing all my swagger, it's time to hit the gas. Let's show these hoes how to work with class. I come straight like a boss. Ain't your chicken heads, no, I got the shit on floss. I ain't hitting no brakes now, there ain't no looking back. Tell it to your mother, you bitches are fucking whack. When I step in, the bitches start to clap. Ain't no biting my tongue, ain't no holding back. Showing all my swagger, it's time to hit the gas. Let's show these hoes how to work with class. I come straight like a boss. Ain't your chicken heads, no, I got the shit on floss. I ain't hitting no brakes now, there ain't no looking back. Tell it to your mother, you bitches are fucking whack. Tell it to your mother, you bitches are fucking whack. Tell it to your mother, you bitches are fucking whack. Tell it to your mother, you bitches are fucking whack.
These charts know you rock, shake it up again the shots, take it smooth, let it pop, bounce it back, booty drop. These charts know you rock, shake it up again the shots, make it smooth, let it pop, bounce it back, booty drop.
Stop low, dance low, watch it flow on the floor. Ride the wave, music great, beat so tight, vibe feels right. Stop low, dance low, watch it flow on the floor. Ride the wave, music great, beat so tight, vibe feels right.
These charts know you rock, shake it up again the shots, make it smooth, let it pop, bounce it back, booty drop. These charts know you rock, shake it up again the shots, make it smooth, let it pop, bounce it back, booty drop.
So give me more, people stomping, bases pumping, let it pound, feel the ground, body shaking all around. Drink the floor, give me more, people stomping, bases pumping, let it pound, feel the ground, body shaking all around.
These charts know you rock, shake it up again the shots, make it smooth, let it pop, bounce it back, booty drop. These charts know you rock, shake it up again the shots, make it smooth, let it pop. Booty drop, ground turn around, music pop and killer sound, limit drop, soda pop, on the move, bass drop, take a shot, hit the spot, hit the ground, turn around, music pop and killer sounds, make it smooth, let it pop, hit the ground, turn around, music pop and killer sound, limit drop, soda pop, on the move, bass drop, take a shot, hit the spot, hit the ground, turn around, music pop and killer sounds, make it smooth, let it pop. These charts know you rock, shake it up again the shots, make it smooth, let it pop, bounce it back, booty drop. These charts know you rock, shake it up again the shots, make it smooth, let it pop, bounce it back, booty drop.
Bass drops, body rock, shake it up like candy shots. Ride the wave, music great, beat so tight, vibe feels right. Sub low, dance low, watch it flow on the floor. Ride the wave, music great, beat so tight, vibe feels right.
These charts know you rock, shake it up again the shots, make it smooth, let it pop, bounce it back, booty drop. These charts know you rock, shake it up again the shots, make it smooth, let it pop, bounce it back, booty drop.
So give me more, keep it stomping, bases pumping, let it pound, feel the ground, body shaking all around. Drink the flow, give me more, keep it stomping, bases pumping, let it pound, feel the ground, body shaking all around.
These charts know you rock, shake it up again the shots, make it smooth, let it pop, bounce it back, booty drop. These charts know you rock, shake it up again the shots, make it smooth, let it pop, bounce it back, booty drop.
So give me more, keep it stomping, bases pumping, let it pound, feel the ground, body shaking all around. Drink the flow, give me more, keep it stomping, bases pumping, let it pound, feel the ground, body shaking all around.
Bass chops, body rock, shake it up like any shots, make it smooth, let it pop, bounce it back, booty drop. Bass chops, body rock, shake it up like any shots, make it smooth, let it pop, bounce it back, booty drop. Shake the floor.
But be talking about me, but damn lies. You know what I mean? That's sad. You know what I mean?
Right. I think, a lot of people, the main thing is a lot of people are just really concerned about summer,
Oh yeah, I am too. I mean, if I knew, if whenever they come back on me and from a couple days trying to get me to go up there and record Donnie, to them coming back and accusing me of trying to buy her a meth deal gone bad, I held both of my arms. I said, here, take me to the son of a bitch that told you that. You put us in the same cell, and I guarantee you, I'll get the truth for you. But when you hear the truth, I'm going to snap the fucker's neck, and I'm going to tell you like Perry Mason, case closed, and that's that. And I want the hell to go home.
Yeah.
I said, I don't play that bullshit, man.
That's
I've been accused of damn, being a pedophile, a kidnapper, and every damn thing else, and it ain't nothing but a damn bunch of lies,
Well, and I'm, that's good that I'm able to get your side out there and you can dispute what has been said, So that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm biased, and I know it looked really bad when I was questioning Linda and Crystal because, I've had a couple conversations with her, and she's not in a good headspace right now, to be completely honest with you. There was a night she called me and didn't even know who she called, and we were having a conversation. She thought I was somebody else. I've only spoken to her twice, and I guess it was before because she's in jail now, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Do you know
what? She was her new boyfriend, Ray. He seemed like he was a nice guy, and he called me up the other night. And I don't even know why he called me. I'm done. Once I tell you, it's over. I'm done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I gave that woman more chances than I should have gave anybody just to try to keep her in this young man's life, and, because like I told him, I said, we'll try something, but I'm going to tell you this. I said, I asked him, and he was only 4 then. I said, do you want me to tell you the truth or do you want me to tell you a lie? He said, Dad, just be honest with me. And I said, we're going to put 110% in it, but I wouldn't hold your breath on it because from experience, people that's like that, because I've been there, I know, I've seen too damn much of that shit, and it's just crazy. I said, we'll put 110% in it, but don't get your hopes up. I said, we'll do our part, but I'm going to tell you straight up, I don't believe she's going to do her part. And of course, within a week, she was back out doing the same stuff, running around with Donald Bernard and whoever in the hell. I think that's the one that got her started on that crap. Because while I was out trying to make some extra money for, and I was going through Hep C treatments and everything else, trying to, and fighting for my disability, just had a kid, just lost my house, just lost my dad, I let my business go. You know what I mean?
Do you know, because you mentioned a name and Linda mentioned him as well, Donald Bernard. Is he related to Andy Bernard?
I don't know. It might be his brother. I know his 2 older brothers live down the road from me, and one of them.
Well, no, they were Andy Bernard and Jody Sue Brown were neighbors of Candace.
I know one of Donald's brothers come up here raising hell because they want to know Linda's address and stuff. I didn't know it, because all the crap that she put out there mentioning his name, and he didn't even have nothing to do with Crystal or nothing,
Yeah.
So he was going to try to get an attorney to jump on her ass if he gets in sewer.
I mean, the amount of people that have been accused in the area, it's crazy. And, I'm not trying to accuse anybody, but man, you guys have a lot of crime down there. It's so beautiful there, the countryside, the land. And when you look up the crime and the drugs, it's just sad,
I know. See, I didn't even know the area whenever I bought this house. I just seen something that I knew I could afford and fix up for me and my dad. You know what I mean? And the lady that used to live here in the house I'm living in, I'm living right across the street from where my old house used to be. She brought me up vegetables out of her garden and a home baked cake and welcomed me to the neighborhood. I've never had that feeling before. You know what I mean? I thought I finally landed where I was supposed to be. I didn't know about none of this other crap, you know. I mean, I heard there was moonshiners and stuff like that around. They were kind of clannish, and I'm like, dude, I ain't been to the penitentiary 4 or 5 times because I really gave much. All I wanted out of my life was a quiet country existence, good running truck, good working fishing pole, have a few good friends, be nice to everybody you can, and just go enjoy these beautiful hills. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and
That's
you
the only
do.
thing I wanted.
You do have some good friends because I got attacked. You definitely do. I definitely got some hate-filled comments from your friends. And it's just that first off, like I said, I really want to apologize to you because I know that looks bad, but I'm going to tell you how I felt about it. When you see there's a little girl missing and you have ties to them, and then you have a niece with a brother that has a missing child, it just looks bad. You know what I mean? And I think I will not lie to you. I maybe jumped to conclusions when I posted that, and maybe you should have been the first person I reached out to.
I was going through so much at that time, you know, between Crystal, Linda's bull crap, and still, you know, just still fuming over look my brother doing me like that, trying to, you know, they screwed our dad out of his last vacation I had planned for him because I took my income tax money and he wanted to go to Black Mountain where we used to camp as kids and stuff, and I had us a cabin all set up, and I had to go get my money I put down on the cabin to go hire an attorney to fight for land that I honestly bought and paid for, you know, so I didn't even get to take my dying dad on his last vacation, you know, and that. If it weren't for my dad making me promise him I wouldn't drive to Florida and shoot my own brother and my sister-in-law, they wouldn't be living right now. And I wouldn't be here right now because I'd probably be in prison.
I mean, we get angry at our
That's how I was
families.
feeling at the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I sold every gun that I had. I had a, I like to hunt a little bit and I like shooting guns. You know, I ain't much of a hunter. My brother Robert's the biggest hunter. I'm more of a fisherman. But I'd go out in the woods with him and, you know, get out and enjoy it. But, I was so messed up in the head, man. I had to sell every gun that I owned to stop from going to Florida. Because when I stayed up 3 days with my dad, and I just laid down, and Crystal was helping me out. That was the Crystal I knew. And no sooner than I laid down, he had another seizure, and you know, I don't know, man. I just something inside of me snapped. You know, under all that pressure, and you know, you're feeling so damn sad because you can't do nothing for your dad or nothing. You know, you're just watching him die, and you got your brother you've always helped out and done stuff for, you know, and I bought the land. I gave him $3,000 extra and paid him off a year and a half earlier, and they're going to screw your dad out of his last vacation and try to take my land and everything else. You know what I mean?
What do
After
you think about that
go.
ranch that's behind your property? The new ranch that just got put in?
Where at?
I guess it's more like behind Linda's property. There's a ranch with horses, and I'm trying to think of the name of it. It's like a resort, but they only want adults there. I've spoken to the people that own it that are actually from Utah.
I didn't even know nothing about that, to be honest with you. I mean, I've seen some newer people out here, but I ain't gotten in nobody's business.
Yeah.
You know, I just stay to myself, and I got a few good friends out here, and my neighbor Leroy up the road, he knows Linda way longer than I did, and even Crystal, he knew Crystal when she was, you know, like 4 years old because he helped them get down to Jonesboro, you know, out here in Tennessee, and he said, man, that's one of the piss poorest women there ever was, you know, because he was in court with Linda whenever she was supposed to. I think they got Earl. The last one they got was Earl, and she was supposed to set all them kids up a trust fund and all that, you know, what she was court ordered to do in Ohio. But he's even known Crystal, you know, since she was a kid, and he don't even want Crystal around his house. He said, man, if you ever just tell her, don't even come by or bother with me no more, you know, because, she asked him for a ride one day and asked to borrow some money from him. You know, being the guy he was, you know, he was nice enough and didn't know nothing, but come to find out, he found out that she had borrowed money from him and had him to run her up to some place to buy drugs. And boy, that tell you what, that was a straw that broke the camel's back. He said, you know, David, I ain't into all that shit. I thought I was doing her a favor, that she was hungry and stuff. She went up and told him a bunch of lies. She plays people, you know what I mean? Yeah. And he don't want nothing to do with her. And like I say, I've never, even Miss Benton, the lady that lived here, she's just a good old Christian woman, you know. and she never said something good about her, you know.
Yeah.
She's-
Do you know, did Crystal actually live with Dawn and Candace at
Yeah,
one
they
point?
were up there for a few. She was up there for a while, off and on several times. And I guess once she slept with Donnie, that was what ended that. But Candace and Donnie tried helping her out, but I didn't know what and all they do. I know they drank too much. I didn't go out with them or nothing like that. Anytime we went up, it was just to go visit for a little bit and come back.
Yeah, the reason I ask is because Crystal told me that she had seen Candace and Dawn allowing the kids to smoke weed. Like Candace would leave a joint in the ashtray and one of the children would pick it up. I'm not going to say who because I'm trying to keep kids' names out of it,
Yeah.
But one of the children would pick the joint up and smoke it, and Candace would allow it. She would leave it there, and that Crystal had witnessed this. Have you ever witnessed anything like that?
No, I hadn't sit there and done. I don't do nothing like that in front of youngin.
Do you know?
I
Have
mean,
you ever?
That was probably one of them nights that they were sitting up there partying or whatever. You know what I mean? While I was sitting there taking care of John, I couldn't. I mean, honestly, I couldn't tell you that I'd seen it. You know what I mean? Because I hadn't.
Yeah. Well, she told me that night in particular, she wasn't there long. That she had just stopped by to smoke with Candace because one of them had called each other and said that they were going to smoke with her, and she went up to smoke, and Candace had left the thing in the ashtray for the boy to grab.
I couldn't tell you nothing on that, hon. I weren't there. I don't get involved in nothing like that. And like I say, I like them, to a point, but as far as associating, like I'm going up there every day, it was mainly for the kids. Candace was a nice girl. I thought, I didn't treat her business. She's always treated me and John nice. You know what I mean? I never done nothing out of the way in front of me or him. You know what I mean? I guess they knew I didn't like that shit. I wouldn't put up with it.
Have you ever seen Dawn and Candace abuse the kids?
I've seen them holler too much when they were drunk, and my dad after mom died, he drank too much. I know that feeling, but I think alcohol was one of their biggest problems, because you know how you get when you get drunk,
Yeah.
you get stupid. But
you've never seen them hit the kids though?
No, I've never seen no physical violence myself.
Okay. Well, that's good.
I've seen them holler, at them. And even John, he just said that he's never seen them being hit or struck by Donnie or Candace.
Do you know about Dawn and Candace using drugs at all?
I just knew that they drank and burned a little bit of weed. About all I knew about them. I mean, because I weren't up there partying with them. I'd stop up and like I say, I didn't do nothing with them.
Yeah.
Mostly, she might call her, hey, why don't you bring John up, let him play with the kids, and I'd go up there and just visitate, just trying to be a good friend and good neighbor, and just and plus, there's not a whole lot of kids out here, you know what I mean? So, like today, it's just been me and John around the house, recuperating from a spider bite.
He probably misses summer. He's probably so confused.
Every time that he sees that poster, man, I can see a light kind of go out in him. I hope they find Summer. I mean, it's ate him up, and it hurt him, and then it kills me to see him hurting like that, and it also pisses me off that there's someone out here snatching kids, and since that happened, I mean, I won't let him out of my. I mean, I was always like, a Papa Bear standing over the back of his little one, but now that it happened, it's a whole lot worse. You know what I mean? I mean, I just want, I almost just want to tote a shotgun around with me when I'm out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you believe that Summer was abducted then?
Someone's got to know something. I mean, dang, the little girl, and even John told me, I asked him if she ever wandered off by herself, and he said no, not without her brothers. If her brothers weren't there, she wouldn't do that, Dad.
Yeah, that's true. But when Kansas told she was missing, when we got home, and it was nighttime, but when someone came down to our house and said someone was missing, when we went to Kansas' house the other day, he said she wandered off by the driveway.
Yeah,
No one's
see,
seen her last.
John says she ain't never. I mean, 'cause they'd go out and run around in the woods, you know, with her, you know how kids are.
Yeah, but she never leaves
And
her
he said
brother's
that,
side.
yeah, that look, you know, Summer was always with the boys. She wouldn't just go wander off by herself.
Yeah, well, that was my
No.
next question because Crystal had also told me that she would see the kids wander down on the beach creek, and I was going to ask you, have you ever seen Summer wander
No.
off? So you answered
No.
that for me. I didn't even have to ask.
No, you know, I even asked John because I was trying to figure out, you know, something, you know, it was just so devastating. You know what I mean? You know,
Hey,
but
the only time she wandered off is with me, both of the brothers, or all of us.
you know, and every time we were there, them 4 kids was out playing together.
And
You
that's
know,
what's
so
sad because not only is Summer gone now, but the boys aren't there. Aw, John, I'm so sorry that your friend cannot be found.
Yeah, no.
Just
it's
keep
sad to
praying,
them.
baby, because answers are coming.
I met a lady when we finally me and him painted a house for a fellow and got us a nice ride, and I took John to Cherokee, and me and John was out in the pool swimming with her kids, and just me and her got to talking, and somehow another Summer's name come up, and she was, you know, involved with it, you know what I mean, as far as, you know, trying to pass the word along, and you know what I mean, and everything. And when she found out who I was, you know, and I knew we sit there and we had a long conversation. She said, my God, that's got to be terrible, you know, and people looking at you and accusing you, and you know, you're the only one, you know, you're the only parent out of your life that's taking care of your kid, you know. I said, yeah, it's getting right frustrating. I said, I'm about ready to go buy me a damn gun and throw some lead at some idiots. I'm getting tired of this. I'm a, you know, a peaceful fella, but damn. Better be ready to take it to the tombstone,
That's right.
because I'll fight to the last damn breath over my kid, you know.
That's right. And that's good that your kid has you. I mean, this is just, I'm sure your community is devastated. Do you know what the feeling is in the community?
There's a lot of people that's like me that if they could ever get the sites lined up on the right person, I don't think he would ever hear from that some bitch again.
Well, it's
He
good
would
to
end up being a
hear.
hog turd.
Well, when we went back to Kansas the other day, we went
When?
to this place. We were kicking in her house until she arrived back, and she was calling about Summer missing because she heard the bad news too.
Yeah, well, she went somewhere and called me up and asked me if I'd feed her animals while she was gone, and me and John done that for her. You
And
know,
how long ago was that?
that was a while back, probably last year sometime, I think. But I'm like, you know, if you're going to be gone, why even have an animal? And her private investigator or whoever, I can't remember his name. You know, he said the only 2 people that were supposed to be up on the property would be me and John and him. You know, I mean, I was just trying to be a friend, you know, because I just really didn't get to, I don't know. I had people ask me that, do you think Kansas and Donnie's involved in her missing? I honestly don't know, but I didn't really feel from Kansas, but you know, like I say, I don't know what normal people do. I didn't hang there a lot. I didn't get to try to get to know them in depth. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was more for the kids, just a friend. Now,
Yeah,
have you
you
been
know.
in contact with Candace or Dawn since Summer's gone missing?
Oh, that's when we were taking care of the animals. Dawn was locked up in jail, and she was off somewhere. She was somewhere out of state or something.
What he's explaining is that when Dawn went to jail, he was still in contact with them. The PIs had come to him and asked him to go take care of the animals. We're also going to hear him talk about wearing a wire. Really, a lot of people just came in and I wasn't paying attention. If it's okay with you all, how far are we in? I'll keep it going for now, but if you want me to start it over, I have no problem doing that. Let me know in the chat. I didn't mean to put New York. I meant to put funny. My keyboard sticks and all my letters don't come out, so I always have to retype it. It sucks. I need a new keyboard. Yeah,
I mean, we stopped up and visit her, just try to see if she's heard anything or to see how she was doing or whatnot. You know what I mean?
Yeah. When's the last time you seen her?
God, it's been months down the road since hell, it's probably been almost right at a year now, I'd imagine. I tried texting her and she ain't never texted me back, you know what I mean? So
yeah, well, I'm sure she's changed her number. She's all the YouTubers. She actually, I don't know if you've been paying attention, but a local YouTuber, Dawn B, she claims stalking her. I don't know, because I don't really follow him that much,
yeah.
But she had went and gotten a protection of order against him, but she's in another county.
I figured something like that had probably happened or whatnot, but like I say, I just knew him, as a friend, just in short passing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's just really sad because so many children are hurt, and it's not just John. Summer had other friends too. Her little friend Journey, that was Marlena's daughter. Sorry.
And I know Miss Sandy Clark's upset about it because she knows Ken and her brother, because she worked at Kepler School and she only lived right down the road from Kansas. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I know they're still scratching their head and wondering why hadn't something come of this? Why hadn't somebody found out something?
Now, did Candace have a lot of strangers? Because it seems she had a lot of kids, like teenagers. Hunter, he's involved in this, and there's talk of another young teenager named Cameron. Marlena actually got on a channel called Lips and said that Candace was sleeping with Dawn Chambers' son.
I couldn't tell you nothing about that, hon. I've never seen it, never heard nothing of it, never asked them about it. You know what I mean? I don't even know half them or none of them names you just come out.
So you've never seen teenagers up there?
No. Just her 3 kids, you know what I mean?
Well, his little voice is so cute.
Oh, he's such a great kid, man, and
I've heard that from a lot of people. I heard you're a really good kid, John.
He's my world, man, you know what I mean? And I'm overprotective. I mean, we were coming back trying to help our neighbor out, coming back from Bristol with a truckload of rock for him, and just had a little Ford Ranger, and I had 6 big trucks blow by us and got me kind of squirrely because the shocks were bad, and I was just trying to make it to the next exit, and we ended up flipping my truck 5 times, and I thought I'd lost my son, man. Ever since then, I mean, and that's even piled on top of Summer's missing, you know what I mean?
Oh man. Oh man.
It would be the worst thing somebody could do is let me catch from harming a kid, especially trying to come in here and bother mine, because God might have mercy on them. But I'm gonna take their ass straight to hell.
I pray that Summer is found, and not just for Summer, but for her brothers, for her family, for the community. I mean, it has to be scary not knowing what happened to this little girl.
Yeah.
And you guys still live there, and there's children in the area, and I mean that's
I wanted to let
Worrisome.
him go outside by himself. You know what I mean? And I used not to be that. You know, out here in the country, you shouldn't have that, you know, kind of where, you know, where your kid can't go out in his own yard and play with his own dog without being, you know, severely supervised. You know what I mean? I mean, you won't know where your kid's at, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, and I'm
Or,
sure
I
your
mean,
whole community's like that with their children right now.
you know, every time he's out, it's like, you know, if I can't see him or hear him, you know,
There was a new one posted by him, Moonshine, like today. Yesterday, I seen the original. I've spoken to Jensen. He's not, I don't know how I feel about him. Oh, okay. No, that's been spoken about, honey. I've actually had conversations with the dude. I don't know if I trust him.
I'm going outside checking on him, you know,
And imagine everything he's seen, because you guys are really close to Mount Carmel Church, right?
yeah. Oh yeah, we're only right down the road from it, about a half mile, not even.
Yeah, that's true. Dad always needs to look at him because when I was playing with Shaggy in the backyard, I saw Daddy watching right there, and when I turned around, Shaggy made a little U-turn.
Yep, that's his little dog Shaggy. But
And Tinkerbell.
you
And
know, I would have no.
Tinkerbell.
Yeah, that's his other little dog.
I
Well, see,
have a
Kansas,
little dog. His name is Chico. He's a Chihuahua, and he likes to bite
that's what we got.
ankles. Yeah.
We got. Well, Kansas actually got Tinkerbell. She knew somebody in Kingsport. Crystal could tell you more about any of that because they were buddying up for a long while. You know what I mean? And you know, she asked me if I wanted a Chihuahua dog, but this lady was mistreating it, and you know, I didn't want it, but John said he was wanting it. I just lost my dad's dog. You know what I mean? That was another heartbreak. You know, because we were fishing when we found her. She walked up and started eating on my dad's bologna sandwich when he went to go check his bowl, and you know, he
Aww.
ended up bringing her back. Oh, she's mine now. She's been fixed and all that, and he was still living in North Carolina at the time. I was trying to get him moved up here to Tennessee, and a week after I got him home, he called me up wanting to borrow $400 and some odd dollars. You know, I'm like, well, what do you need the money for, Dad? He said, well, a little bit went running after one of his friend's car when he was leaving and ran into the tire and broke her leg. I said, I ain't gonna loan you the money. I'll give you the money. You know.
Yeah.
That,
So Candace and Dawn actually had a ton of dogs. Were any of them ever mean?
no, they would bark, but they were nothing that really bite you or nothing.
Yeah. Do you think they would have barked? Because there's rumors that the dogs disappeared the day Summer went missing. So, I mean, it ain't rumors. Dawn and Candace had said that. Do you think they would have barked if somebody was taking Summer?
I'm pretty sure if somebody would have been there, because hell, every time I pull up in that yard, they come barreling out, barking like a bunch of banshees. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you got somebody creeping up through the woods right there, you know, say if there was you know, say a pedophile or something in the woods trying to creep up, knowing there was a little girl there, who knows? You know.
No.
Some of it just don't sound. You know, the way we found out was a neighbor down the road come pulling up one night about 10 o'clock at night. And I'd seen all the helicopters and stuff flying around and all the presents. I didn't know what, I thought it might have been a bad wreck or they were chasing somebody or, you know what I mean? Because the helicopter, you know what I mean? And he got out and he was in the woods or something. And then when Hack come up and told me that Summer was missing, I'm like, what? You know, and he hadn't even got pulled out of the driveway yet. And here come Shannon's ex-boyfriend came up and he heard about Shannon. I'm like, no, what? He said she's dead. I was like, within 10 minutes, like I say, we got slammed by two bad newses. You know what I mean?
Oh,
he was already crying about Summer missing, and then his Aunt Shannon coming up missing. Shannon treated John way better than her. You know, even though she was, you know, she liked her pain pills.
Pay attention to what he's saying. I'm going back.
A neighbor down the road come pulling up one night about 10 o'clock at night, and I'd seen all the helicopters and stuff flying around and all the presents. I didn't know what. I thought it might have been a bad wreck or they were chasing somebody or, You know what I mean? Because the helicopter, you know what I mean? And he got out and he was in the woods or something. And then when Hack come up and told me that Summer was missing, I'm like, what? You know, and he hadn't even got pulled out of the driveway yet. And here come Shannon's ex-boyfriend came up and he heard about Shannon. I'm like, no, what? He said she's dead. I was like, within 10 minutes, like I say, we got slammed by two bad newses. You know what I mean?
Oh
He was
my
already crying about
goodness.
Summer missing, and then his Aunt Shannon coming up missing. Shannon treated John way better than her, you know, even though she was, you know, she liked her painkillers. She didn't do all that dumb crap.
That worries me. I'm going to tell you why. We have the speculation of Summer ODing. What if there was something bad in the neighborhood that day and Candace and this girl Shannon both bought it? There was a 911 call for both at one time. You can hear it in Summer's dispatch call. You can hear it come in. Not only did Summer go missing, but the community lost a whole human that day. People skip over that all the time. Wow, so you guys actually had two police calls going on at the same time.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And, you know, I mean, I weren't involved in, you know, Shannon, she stayed with us, you know, when she needed a place to stay here and there. But like I told her, you know, we go to bed around 9, no later than 10, you know, because I got to get up, you know, 4:30 in the morning, you know, get ready to get him on the bus and stuff.
And was she friends with Candace and Dawn as well?
No, she didn't know them at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just so scary.
She was a real nice lady. She just wouldn't get her mind right and go to the damn doctor or whatnot. I don't really know. I can't say nothing about her. She's always treated me and John really nice.
Yeah, and I'm not even I won't talk about that. It's just, you know, interesting. This is the first time I've heard there was two police calls.
I mean,
in the area.
And Linda calling them up every time and telling them that I've done this or I'm doing this. You know, I have had DCS out to my house about 16 times or so, and I've done every damn thing they wanted, but that shit's getting old. You know what I mean?
It is, and it's not good for John either, especially with Crystal not being around as she should be. It would be better if you guys could get along for the baby.
I tried, but the dope's more important. Her running around, you know, that's more important. She swore up now she's gonna be here for his birthday, and you know.
Oh, I was talking about Linda, but you're talking about Crystal. I'm sorry. Go ahead, finish, because that was interesting.
But Linda, she pulled up after putting all that shit there on YouTube, going to pull up my driveway, wanting to drop him off a used damn bicycle. I got him a brand new one back here that Leroy bought him for Christmas. I don't need nothing from her. I just told her to get the hell off my property. You know, all that John is to her is a damn check. That's all that boy is to her. She don't give a damn about nothing or nobody but herself. Oh, that was, I don't know. But I've seen Crystal slipping long before any of this crap, you know, happened. That was probably because when I was out trying to make us extra money, you know, I used to do yard work for a guy named Joe that lived behind the mountain behind us here. He was, you know, in a wheelchair and stuff. And I met him one day up to the store, and he asked me if I'd be interested in giving him a hand around the house because he couldn't do a whole lot. Help with mom out. He'd, you know, give me $75 a day to go over and help him out. And while I was gone trying to do the right thing for the family, bringing in money, she was out, had people coming over, cheating on me, I guess, started in that meth crap and all that mess. And
do you know how long ago she became addicted?
It's been years now. I mean, John was real little then. You know, it's been 4 or 5 years. It was right after he was.
I'll come read it. So this is from Ziggy. Oh, We just had a very interesting 2-hour conversation with Jensen. Jensen, let's hope it'll help move Summer's case forward. There's nothing we want more. I don't trust the dude. Summer Wells update. I just got off the phone with Fred Hill. We had a great conversation. Seems like a very nice guy. Apparently, he has nothing to do with the recent search last week. He was just as surprised about it as the rest of us. Bear in mind that the property searched is vast with lots of public access points. Just because we know whose property it belonged to does not mean they had anything to do with the reason there was a search conducted. I agree with that. I'm not going to down Jensen for that. Listen, I got to remember all the details because it's been a while, but I spoke with Jensen a bit in text message, I think it was, about Nirvana and all kinds of shit. Gave him some stuff. He was willing to talk. His problem is he's not willing to share. And he's a PI, that's fine. But if you're going to talk to me, you got to share a little with me. I don't mean like I want details of everything, but when I ask you who the two fucking brothers are, like you already know something from your first post from way back when, then the case should be fucking solved, right? Like, what the fuck you talking for Fred Hill for? He ain't got no motherfucking brother. So are you telling me you really wasn't following what you thought you were following? And that your information was wrong when you put out your first tip was great? I don't give a fuck if you spoke to fucking Fred Hill or not. Won't you tell us who the two fucking brothers were, you fucking nutball? Back to David Britt. He's more fruitful.
I'm pulling up one and he come running out of the house screaming. And from that point on, I wouldn't, I'd leave him with Lori. I couldn't even let his own mother pick up, get him off the bus because I couldn't trust him. I'd have to get my sister-in-law Lori 2 houses down and tell the bus driver, make sure you drop John off up here. You know what I mean? Everybody, everybody knows that you'll hear something here. You know what I mean? This little community shit gets around. But I weren't. And then of course, when I got off from work that one day, just out giving a fellow a hand, I come pulling up to the house, and there's Crystal in the front door, all twitching and acting all stupid. And I'm like, man, I got out of my brother's truck and I said, I'll be down a little bit to get John. I just told her, you got to get the hell up out of here. I'm done. I'm not having this shit around my kid, and you're doing this. No, hell no. I boogered her ass out. You can't put up with so much, and I'm not going to lose my kid because of her.
Yeah, and the saddest thing is that drugs, they tear families apart. And that's what's so sad.
And I tried to tell her once I realized I didn't know exactly what was going on, but I knew it was drug related. You know what I mean? Had to have been, because normally a lot of stuff like that is. But I just told her, you're going down the wrong road. Take it from somebody that's been there and done that. But
how long did she know Dawn and Candace? Do you know?
She know Dawn and them before I did. She knowed all them years before I ever knew them.
Yeah. Now, did you buy Linda's house? Is that what it is? Because
no, we were renting it from her. That's back when John was first born, and I had just started that 48 weeks of interferon treatment. And whenever finally they'd come up and made me get off my property, because I was fighting them tooth and nail for my land. And all of a sudden, one afternoon we're with no place to go, and she ended up said that she would rent it to us. And I told Crystal, I said, this ain't gonna last long. I said, sure shit, as soon as I get to where this mess is gonna start making me feel like hell, and she's gonna rear her ugly head. And,
it is sad. I seen the only community store that you guys had was the gas station that she worked at. And I seen it on pictures on Google, and it's awful that it's closed down now,
Yeah. Yeah, that store could be making some good money. Even the guy that had bought it and reopened it, Clinton, he got messed up on them pills too, and he ended up losing everything, lost his family, and and lost all of his, lost everything. And he was went from being a high employee at Walmart, making over 100 grand a year, to buying a store out here, to becoming getting on them damn pills, and he lost everything, his family, everything.
I think that Lawson has a lot of cleaning up to do in Hawkins County. What are your thoughts on the investigation?
I really don't know. I mean, I'm sure they're doing everything they can, but like I told that investigator, kept coming up, dude, if there's something I could tell you or something I knew, hell, I was at home taking care of my own child when this shit happened. So, and then when he come back on me, about that, me trying to buy Summer on a meth deal going bad, that made me mad as hell. I got killing mad.
Yeah, that didn't come from my channel, just so you know that. I never.
That come from Linda, because he called DCS, and of course, what pissed me off too about that is here they are looking at me when I was at home with my own kids, taking care of them, doing what a father should do, and I'm getting accused of doing something that I ain't, and they're taking precious investigating time, people away from somebody that could probably have, maybe had run across or found something out about Summer, and they're looking at me, wasting their time looking at me, which they didn't find nothing because there's nothing there to find.
Well, that might not be all of Linda's fault. It may be some of mine, and I'll fess up to that. And that's because when I found out that you also had Autumn missing in your family, I had reached out for an update on her case, and I had to explain why I was reaching out for. You guys all know I was wrong about Autumn. When you find out there's a missing kid connecting to an area with a missing kid, you freak out. I was able to sit back, take it in, talk to the Florida TBI. I forget what they call it there. It's something different. It ain't FBI. FDBI or something. I don't fucking know. Anyways, I had conversations with police about Autumn, and they were interested in Autumn's father. However, their interest in her father was more after speaking to them and them finding her of a standpoint that Robert Britt's a real piece of shit father. Her mother was a piece of shit mother. They left her. She was raised by her grandmother. The grandmother couldn't handle her. She walked to the movie theater one night and she disappeared. I've also been in touch with Autumn's best friend. Everybody's shocked at the outcome. I want to cover it again one day because for me, I feel like there's more to it. How does this little girl end up with this old man when she's supposed to be going to the movies? It bothers me. I like David. However, I feel like his family did that little girl wrong. I didn't want to say nothing. I wanted to give them time to grieve. It's been a year or two now. So now I'm going to say my thoughts on it. I think they were all a horrible family to that little girl. May God rest her soul. An update. So maybe me contacting them, and if that was because of me, I apologize. I want to be truthful and transparent with you.
I appreciate it. It really got me mad when I seen all my, my address is coming up, and especially this, and I was like, damn, let them YouTubers come out here and start some shit.
I'm not. You don't have to worry about me coming to Tennessee. I want to stay clear.
I mean, no, I appreciate you calling me back. And everything.
Well, and I want to keep in touch with you, and I actually would love, because I do, like, Summer gets, I'm not saying I don't want to cover Summer. I will cover Summer every day. She gets a ton of attention, but you do have a missing child in your family.
See, I work with Tammy, my brother's ex-girlfriend, when, I weren't even, like I say, back whenever her mother lived, we used to live in the same trailer park. I'd feed my nieces and nephews anytime they come over, and I'd go over and try to talk to Tammy, but most times she was out of it or had some dude there and they were doing, you know, it was just crazy.
Well, that's what Autumn's grandmother raised her, right?
Yeah. And she got into prostituting. From what I heard, she got into prostituting at an early age, I guess, from, with the stuff she seen from her mom, And I even talked to her. Well, my brother has just talked to her brother. All of them, or Adam, I think, yeah, Adam, and he's not even sure what the hell happened. Sort of, that she was messing up, out prostituting and doing drugs, and there's
Who
a lot of
Autumn
kids come up
was?
in Daytona. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I didn't hear that. Because the story is she was going to a movie or to the mall.
But I'm just going by what I've heard from other people, you know what I mean, that were there, and heard this and that. I don't know, because last time I seen Autumn, she was 4 or 5 years old. You know what I mean? That was the last time I ever laid eyes on her, until I seen her on Missing one morning on that Sunday channel where they missing kids, and it blew me away. I'm like, man, I didn't even know she was gone for probably a year or two. I mean, it was a long while.
Did Robert know?
I think he heard about it later. I mean, nothing that they reinformed on him, because Autumn's grandma and them didn't really much care for him or whatnot. We had moved here and there. We were trying to live our lives, but I had no clue that she was even missing up until I actually seen it on that Missing. And I couldn't believe it, but.
So you guys didn't live. So you guys didn't live in Florida the time that Autumn went missing?
No, I was living in North Carolina, if I ain't mistaken.
And where was Robert living?
He was in North Carolina. We had both moved back there, and then he moved to Tennessee.
And you guys have also lived in Satsuma, right?
Satsuma.
Yeah. Did you live there? I thought I seen that you had a family connection or something in Satsuma.
Where in the hell is that even at?
In Florida, Putnam County?
No, hell no. No, I ain't got no.
I don't know what just fucking happened. Give me a minute. This happens a lot on my channel, don't it? And kids just follow this family around.
No, that's Autumn's the only missing kid that I've ever known.
Where was Robert living?
He was in North Carolina. We had both moved back there, and then he moved to Tennessee.
And you guys have also lived in Satsuma, right?
Satsuma.
Yeah. Did you live there? I thought I seen that you had a family connection or something in Satsuma.
Where in the hell is that even at?
In Florida, Putnam County?
No, hell no. No, I ain't got no family in Putnam County.
Okay, so then been verified said he did. I don't know whether it's true or not. When you look it up, the trailer is gone. There was a fire. But a Britt family lived there, and David's name was connected to it at one time. 1 second, it could have been a different David. Maybe I was seeing something wrong. Let me go let my husband in. Let me put this back on. Verified must have been wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are often. I was just wondering, because to be honest with you, that Haley Cummings went missing there, and I'm like, geez, missing kids just follow this family around.
No, that's Autumn's the only missing kid that I've ever known of that was, and well, to this day, Robert was about a child support. He don't even really know if they were his, but I'm pretty sure they're his the way Adam looks, because he's got he favors them a lot in a lot of ways, but.
Yeah, and Robert visits with them often too, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. He was just down there last year. went to Florida to visit with his other kids and grandkids, and Adam's right there. Actually, Adam's good friends with Robert's older kids. They all live around each other, go out four-wheeling and stuff like that.
Oh, that's good.
You know,
That's good.
so
They
you know,
have a relationship.
Adam wouldn't have a damn thing to do with with Robert if he thought she had something to do with his sister's disappearance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he even told him that, I know you ain't had nothing to do with it. He said it's just a crying shame the way Mom was.
I mean,
Just
you
for
can
bringing
see
it up.
how it looks funny, though. You know what I mean? From an outsider, like, holy cow, they got a missing kid. Summer's missing. It's in the same area as Haley Cummings. Like, it really did seem to me funny. I was like, oh my God, who are these people? You know?
I don't even know. I don't even remember going to Putnam County. You know what I mean? Myself, I don't know nobody that way.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's good. At least you crossed that off my list. Because that was one question I wanted to ask.
But
So
I've held out hope that they would find something, maybe find her somewhere, healthy and safe. You know what I mean? But there's no telling with the way this damn world has gotten so wicked.
well, Adam must be very concerned as well, right?
Yeah, that's kind of a sore spot with him. You know what I mean?
I mean, I bet it's his twin. They're twins.
Yeah. And
So,
it used to kill me to see them come running over hungry and starving and dirt. I'm like, man, I'd feed them and take them back. And
well, I will tell you, when I talked to the police in her case, that they told me that there may have been a recent sighting or recent knowledge, not a sighting, a recent knowledge of her being alive. But they followed up on it, but didn't find her.
Yeah.
So,
well, just like I'm holding out the same hope for, just the other day we were coming back from the store and they got Summer's picture there. John, looked over, he'd seen the picture. Dad, I sure hope they find Summer alive. You know what I mean? I said, so do I, son. I said, I surely do. I'm holding out, that she comes back. You know what I mean?
well, that's my hope. I think that's a lot of it. And, a lot of people giving up and they're blaming Dawn and Candace. I mean, seriously, Candace was the last one to see her with the grandma. So it is funny, and stories have changed. But we don't know what's truth and what's not. The police haven't released very much information at all. And I do got to say, like, I think it's kind of bullshit that Dawn and Candace get online and play hoaxes. And, like Dawn was accused of doing stuff with his sisters years and years ago, that it had come out and it became a big joke. And Dawn made a phone call to his sister Mary, and they lied and said Dawn was arrested and taken to Boston. I don't know if you've heard all that. I can send it to you.
No, I hadn't heard none of that.
Oh man, you need to check YouTube, because them two been busy until Dawn went to jail. Dawn went to jail.
I know it was real screwed up. If my daughter was missing, I sure as hell wouldn't be worried about no drugs or no dumb shit. I'd be trying to find out what in the hell happened to my kid. I damn sure wouldn't be here drinking and doing all the dumb shit I seen him doing. You know what I mean?
So did he seem like he was truly looking for these meth heads that might have taken his daughter?
I don't know. I mean, he knows that I ain't with that bullshit, and I was kicking Chris out the shit I was having going with her. So why come up to me the next day asking me a stupid ass question like that?
Oh, this was the day after Summer went missing?
Yeah, a day or two. It weren't long because he still had his oldest boy with him, because they come up here and him and John talked. And, that was really about the only thing he asked me, I said, man, why? I don't even know why the fuck you asking me this stupid shit. I don't know who in the hell, who they are. You don't see me running around. You see me here at the house taking care of my kid, man.
Was he angry? Like, what was his demeanor like?
He looked, I don't know, kind of spaced out or something. I mean, it just didn't seem like the same Don. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But he wasn't getting rude with you. He just asked you, hey, have you seen the meth heads?
Yeah, I mean, kind of in a, I don't know. He wouldn't have got mouthy with me, because that would have just got me mad, and I'd have probably punched him in the face. But, it just surprised me. Why come up and I'm talking, that was really about the only thing he asked me, I said, man, why? I don't even know why the fuck you asking me this stupid shit. I don't know who in the hell, who they are. You don't see me. I sure as hell wouldn't be worried about no drugs or no dumb shit. I'd be trying to find out what in the hell happened to my kid. I damn sure wouldn't be.
My comments aren't an attack on David. I grew fond of David. David has the most amazing little boy. I'm sure it's not easy when you're a sibling of somebody. You don't know what to do. Plus, David moved out of Florida way before his brother Robert did. But Robert's a beach creeker. He lives exactly across the street from David. He lived across the street from David with Crystal. They've moved properties. Sorry, I think I spit. They have a couple properties. Hey, Crystal, Lana, he answered your question, and this was early on. Yeah, he answered all my questions. He was very friendly. The following year, right after this for Christmas, I sort of tried to do a donation thing for his son. It didn't turn out nice because I was being attacked here and taken down. So I wasn't able to do all that I wanted to do. It really fucking pissed me off. His son's the sweetest little boy. I really do. I did grow fond of David. When Fred came out here to attack David, I was extremely upset. However, since all of that, they have found Autumn under cement in some old man's backyard while the wife ran away to Washington State. It's a lot, and it broke my heart. And that's what was going on when they started to attack me here. It was like a double punch to the gut. It was hard. It's so fucking hard when you invest your time into these missing people and then they find them and it's not the outcome you want. I like David. I like Crystal. I'm not even going to lie. I might like Crystal's mom a little more. She's a northerner. She's a Yankee. We're more similar. But all of them are easy to talk to. I haven't talked to Robert and Lori. I don't even fucking want to. Because as a father to a missing child, your ass never should have left Florida. You should have been down there searching for your baby. To Adam, Autumn's twin, I pray for you. I pray peace. I pray closure. And I pray love. To the other siblings, she has one sister that's Robert. Robert has a lot of kids. Only one sister looked for this child. Only one. And her best friend. She had two people on this earth that gave a fuck about her. She was 14 years old, and David's telling us he heard rumors she was prostituting. Because of the people they found her with? I believe it. But I would like to know how David knew that and why their family didn't stop it. Let's get back to this. Yeah, little Johnny. Yeah, he was extremely straight up. I really like David, and having a sister who's an addict and done criminal things and having a brother that has unalived somebody, you can't blame the siblings.
for the fault of the parents. And I might feel one way about David and Johnny and Linda and Crystal. But I'm going to tell you what, I feel completely opposite about his brother. And his brother lost a child too. However, for me, it just seemed like he didn't care. That hurts. I don't blame David for that. But I do wish peace. That's all I'm going to say. We'll cover Autumn's case tomorrow during my hour-long lunchtime segment in other news. I wrote it down. We'll take a break from other news and we'll cover Autumn tomorrow so that you guys can get a reminder of who she was. I think she deserves to be remembered. All right.
Her drinking and doing all the dumb shit I seen him doing, you know what I mean?
So did he seem like he was truly looking for these meth heads that might have taken his daughter?
I don't know. I mean, you know, he knows that I ain't with that bullshit, and I was kicking Chris out the shit I was having going with her. So why come up to me the next day asking me a stupid ass question like that?
Oh, this was the day after Summer went missing?
Yeah, a day or two. It weren't long because he still had his oldest boy with him, you know, because they come up here and him and John talked, and, you know, that was really about the only thing he asked me, you know. I said, man, I don't even know why the fuck you asking me this stupid shit. I don't know who in the hell, you know, who they are. You don't see me running around. You see me here at the house taking care of my kid, man.
Was he angry? Like, what was his demeanor like?
He looked, I don't know, kind of spaced out or something. I mean, it just didn't seem like the same Don. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But he wasn't getting rude with you. He just asked you, hey, have you seen the meth heads?
Yeah, I mean, kind of in a, I don't know. Oh, he wouldn't have got mouthy with me because that would have just got me mad, and I'd have probably punched him in the face. But you know, it just surprised me. Why come up and ask me something that stupid when my ex-old lady's been hanging out there with you and your wife, and you and her supposed to sleep together? Why in the hell, you know, she would know more than I would because that's who she was hanging out with. It weren't me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
and now have you had prior contact after Crystal and Dawn sleeping together with Dawn?
Oh, she come by here and want me to take her back and all that. I told her, hell no. You know, you chose your path. You put me through hell, and I'll give you every opportunity. There is no more. It's done. It's over. Just get and stay the hell out of my life. That's all I ask.
Was there bad blood between you and Dawn?
I didn't care. I was over it. You know what I mean? I thought it was kind of shitty if you're supposed to be my friend. I wouldn't do that to any friend of mine. I don't mess with other people's girlfriends or wives or nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's really shitty.
You know, I found out that you know, there weren't no friendship there. You know what I mean? Not the way I see shit. I mean, I just think I just never was that way. You know?
Yeah.
Because the way I see it, if one, you know, either or, you know, if a woman or a man is going to try to cheat on you with a so-called friend, hell, she'd do the same damn thing to you, or he would. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I'm not going to lose a good friend over a sorry ass person. You know?
Yep. Hey, can you hold on 1 minute? Because I'm going to stop this part of the recording and start another one. Yeah.
I'll get you a motel room for a couple of months. Court, right?
Okay.
And of the way I work.
having them on camera. Did you get cat food? Oh no, put her out there a minute. Come test the waters with Steve Billings Asylum. Do you want to go see what it's about? Y'all know I ain't a coward. We'll take the time, but I gotta stream it. I feel like this is a speakeasy type thing. Do you want the smoke? Hold on. Let me go to my channel so I can click the link. Let's check it out. No, A1 deleted it. No, A1, I didn't want you to delete it. It's okay. If Billingsley wants to come back, tell him come back. I should have told you that was okay. I'm going to have to come give you the, hold on, the Asylum fan page 3. Let's go see. I don't hate you, A1. It's fine. Y'all ever see these? It's a challenge, is what that is. And I'm always up for the damn challenge. Yeah, can you undelete it? It's not a spam, I hope. It's a live. They'll come to other live shows and challenge you to go head to head with them. So what do you think? Should we go head to head? Go ahead, undelete it, and I'll go find the page. They probably just swung by, put their information, and left. Steve Billings Asylum. I know some Billingsleys, and that's what I thought that said. Let me know when it's unblocked. Speakeasy does these. Oh, it's okay. Maybe I can copy and paste. It ain't a big deal. You don't expect those to come in. You can't copy and paste it. At Steve Billings Asylum. Hold on. Let's see if we could find it. I'm looking at myself right now. The Asylum. I think I found it. Oh, wait, but it was supposed to be Asylum 3. Let's see if this is it. Yep.
Here, I'll go ahead and highlight it for you.
I am. Thank you, Steve. Thank you. Because I really got to get
She
glasses.
says, I am going to get eaten out as I look at your dick pics, Kimmy.
What?
Well, to each their own, Magda. Enjoy thinking about me, I guess. I don't know. That wasn't what you thought it was, Magda.
Magda, damn.
Thank you.
Right? My goodness.
It's fucking funny. I don't care what anybody says.
Oh, yeah. You're so mad.
Hello, Crystal.
Hello.
Holy shit. Oh,
Wait, I have laryngitis.
I can't hear you.
Over you.
Hi, Crystal.
Can you hear me? I have laryngitis. I know.
Laryngitis. Well, that's a great time to get on the panel.
Can you hear me? I'm talking about it.
Yes,
Not
yes,
very-
yes. We can hear you.
Amazing. What are we talking about?
Right now we are talking about Derp and Lydia and some semi-racy content regarding Kimmy K and Magda.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah, she's gonna get eaten out thinking about me, something like that, about my penis. What do you think about that, Krista?
Why am I echoing? Hold on. I'm trying to figure out why I'm echoing.
Okay.
Your penis? Do you have a penis?
Apparently.
You don't sound like you have a penis. But...
Well, you know, I really don't.
It is
But I have big
2025.
dick energy, I'm told.
She has a
Yeah,
big
right.
old
You can't go any other way.
Big old
Wow.
fucking 8-incher big dick energy
Let
kind
me
of thing,
see the names
apparently.
here. Let me see the names here.
What's that you say?
Highlight Betty's comment, please.
It's one of Steve's friends.
No, I don't-
Who's saying you have a
how did
big
you
dick?
find the asylum?
I'm gonna bet that your dick's bigger than theirs, and they're jealous.
That
Probably.
could be. That could
What?
very well be.
Who?
I'll be right back.
Mine?
It could
I don't know.
How about if y'all go get rollers and let us know?
I
no.
will as soon as they invent a tape measure long enough to measure it.
Amen to that.
Long enough?
6'8" last time I checked.
Listen,
Man,
I'm
that
live.
goes
I
back a
can
long
do
ways,
that.
Steve.
Right.
I'm a girl right now. So I'm gonna come back and join you another time. But I'm gonna get back to my life. Thank you so much for having me.
Well,
You're
thank you
welcome.
for coming up.
Nice
I'm
meeting you.
glad you can
Back
come.
here anytime you want to be
Nice
here.
meeting y'all.
Yes.
Stop up, and I'll be back for sure.
All right. Cool.
Sounds good. Thanks for coming up, Crystal. It was nice to meet you.
Bye. Okay, that was fun. Talking about big dicks. Let's start this over. This is 18 minutes. I thought I had more of this. Let me see. I know I do. I might be missing a little. I might have to go find it.
Hello.
Hey, how we doing?
How are you doing? First off, let me apologize to you because I know you think my videos were against you. I promise you that they were not. I done some research on you and your family because you do live in Summer Wells community, and I am biased. I don't want to take sides. I'm just trying to get some answers.
Unbiased. I said that wrong. Apparently that's not the whole conversation. So I don't know what I did with the rest of it. I'll have to find it. But what I do want to do now is we could go. Jeez. To Crystal Spencer. Oh, see, that's a David Britt part 1. I have another one. We'll go over the other part another night. I have to find it. So what we're going to do now is go over Crystal Spencer herself. I have 3 for her. That should take up my whole 2 hours.
Okay, so let's
remember, these are unedited. There's going to be things I say I don't like.
Okay, so let's start with, how did you meet Dawn and Candace?
How did we met?
Yeah.
We just bumped into each other at the dollar store one day, and just started introducing herself to me, and Donnie started introducing herself to David, and then we decided to go, and I guess you could say ghost one or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They had a little bit of weed on them, and they ended up going back to Michael like that first, the one with them, and get to know them a little bit better. And then after that, it led up to them invited us up to their house for drinks and some kind of small little meal or some like a dinner invitation. They invited the cookers dinner one night. And then after that, we just, I don't know, kind of kicked it off or whatever and decided to hang out a lot more and with the kids and everything.
This was like when your son was small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My son was still not just almost body straight.
Okay. And you did not sleep with Dawn, right?
I did not.
Okay, so tell me again, there was a rumor that some lady started, she went to Candace, and she told Candace that you had slept with Dawn, and then there was a fight.
There was a big old argument. There was never skin-to-skin contact or anything. Just Easter time and all that bullshit. But out and out.
Oh, it happened around Easter time.
Yeah, I can remember kids doing the Easter hunt with churches and stuff like that around that time.
So when did you stay up on the Wills property?
I haven't seen them in a very, very, very long time.
Have you ever lived on their property?
I stayed there for like maybe 3 days, the most.
And do you remember when that was?
That had to be back in, I would say back in 2017, 2018.
Have you spoken to Candace since you had your fight with her?
No.
No.
This disagreement, the Chancellor Ward, no.
On Beach Creek?
The lady that lived in the shed down on Beach Creek.
Yeah, the one that they called Mama.
Oh, okay, yeah. I don't really know that much about her, but I do know a little bit about her. I know she was kind of, what do you call them, a packing whore?
Uh-huh.
Always like got a bunch of shit. Stacked up a lot.
Like a hoarder.
A hoarder, yeah, a hoarder. That's what I meant. She was bad. I know that for a fact because she had to keep a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, and she had.
To go away, she had to keep it.
And you said she had 2 dogs.
Yeah, she had 2 dogs. Two small little lap dogs.
Okay. And Summer and the kids and everybody called her Grandma.
Yeah, and Donnie and Candace always called her Mama.
So do you think that was Candace's mother?
Mother? First I thought she was, But and later down the road, I got told she wasn't.
So what did she look like?
No, I remember her just kind of like my height now. My height, I'm 5'4". She was just a bit taller than me. Very dark, brownish or blackish hair. And she was kind of, yeah, I would say middle age. I wouldn't say too old. I would say right in the middle.
Like in her 40s?
40s, 50s.
Okay. Okay. All right. And how long did she live there?
I don't know, little dove. Somebody came into my chat the other day and told me she did. I can't remember who it was. I haven't reached out to Miss Linda in about a year, but the last time I talked to her, Crystal was fine. So somebody had said she had. I hope that that's not the truth. I'll be very pissed off if it is. I'll be upset. I've spoken to Crystal a few times. A couple times she didn't even know who the hell I was. She was that high. She thought she was speaking to somebody else. I have a sister like that. I love my sister. And today I had to tell my sister to go fuck herself. I'm not enabling a habit. I don't care about money, Shannon. If you're out there listening, fuck Bob. I've had normal conversations with Crystal. I like Crystal. I think Dawn took advantage of somebody who's addicted. I think a lot of people down there do. Linda's story about Crystal touched me in so many ways I can never even explain it properly. Candace, get over it. Your husband's a pig, and this woman was an addict. Your husband took advantage of this young lady. Just like he took advantage of you, Candace, a young lady. I want you guys to remember there's a 20-year age difference between Candace and Dawn. That in itself is fucking gross.
Well, to my knowledge, I probably say about a year or two.
So she was there after you and Candace had to fight.
She was there before me.
And after, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So tell me again, this lady lived on the property. She was middle-aged. She had 2 dogs. She lived there for a few years. They called her mom and grandma. She lived in the shed down on Beach Creek. Right?
Yes, ma'am. So she has nothing to do with case and all. So you know, if I'm looking to her, because someone was very comfortable with her being around that sort of thing.
Oh, can you tell me about Summer running down the...
I want to say something real quick. I know those panels are weird and they can get vulgar, but I look at it like this. If somebody's going to invite me to their panel while I'm here, I didn't do it tonight, and I should have, because that was a nice enough panel. And I was echoing. I got to figure out why I was echoing, so I was uncomfortable up there. But for me, it's a new audience to bring to Summer's case and a bigger way to get Summer's face out there. So anybody who denies them links, you shouldn't. Go share Summer's face. Next time I will.
On Beach Creek. Right?
Yes, ma'am. So she has nothing to do with case and all. So you know, if I'm looking to her, because someone was very comfortable with her being around that sort of thing.
Oh, can you tell me about Summer running down the driveway and the kids kind of just being out on their own?
Yes, Me and David have look several different times. They won't appear nowhere around.
Did you ever see them down on the road?
A couple different times, yes.
Summer too?
Yes.
Can you tell me again about Summer drinking the beer and the kids smoking weed?
Yes, me and my boyfriend at the time, David, we went up there to see if I can get like enough bucks to grow a joint or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, yeah, they got me and they had some for me there, and I went up there to get it, and they already had one on the road, and they was about to light up, so we stayed there and stayed with them for a little bit. Summer was going around the house and did stuff she knew she could drink out of. And she took a beer bottle of a half full beer, and she just turned it up like it was a sippy cup of milk or whatever.
And you said Dawn was holding her at the time.
Donnie was holding her at the time, and he was just laughing about it. And the boys, the joint was going around. Dennis was doing the joint behind the corner, and one of the boys just picked up and started hitting it like it was a damn cigarette.
Did you ever witness them give the kids weed?
I just said, the kid tossed the joint on the countertop and watched her son pick it up and hit it like a damn cigarette.
Yeah, okay. But you never seen them give them like a bag of weed or...
No.
Okay.
I have seen them smoke weed with the kid, yeah.
Do you know which child it was?
I want to say Dwight. Is one of the kids' name, I believe?
Wyatt?
Wyatt? Yeah.
Were the boys ever mean to Summer?
Yeah, bullying towards a person they're down, leaving bruises, being the crap out of it? No.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am?
Okay. I'm sorry about that. I really had to go to the bathroom.
Guys, just let me remind you that these are very unedited. You're getting the raw phone call right here. I never shared the whole one with Crystal, I don't think.
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, I'm so sorry about that. I really had to go to the bathroom. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'm sorry about that. I really had to go to the bathroom.
Well, my boyfriend just got something to my attention. I'll tell you, hey, what about some, they tell them kids not to go back behind the cliff. That is all their plan, and one of them accidentally pushed her.
This is not the call I thought I recorded. This is Crystal Spencer's boyfriend. He's also in this. It was her boyfriend at the time. I don't know where Crystal is today. I'm going to find out, though, within the next week or so. I'm going to reach out to Miss Linda. Let me start here. And again, these are unedited. God, I hope nothing's doxed. I really probably should have waited for this. I don't even remember what all we talked about.
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, I'm so sorry about that. I really had to go to the bathroom. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'm sorry about that. I really had to go to the bathroom.
Well, my boyfriend just got something to my attention. I'll tell you, hey, what about some, they tell them kids not to go back behind the cliff. That is all their plan, and one of them accidentally pushed her off that thing, and somebody's covering up for it. And, I mean, there's all kinds of stuff going on right now.
Yeah. You know what? That was my thought when I asked about the cliff.
Because kids make accident mistakes.
They do. Listen, Crystal, here's if it's okay with you, because I didn't record our last phone call. Okay. If it's okay with you, can I record this while I ask you some of these questions?
Depends which ones you're going to re-ask, and I could probably give you my okay with it.
Okay. So it's just going to be mainly the same things we've been talking about. I don't know why I have an echo.
I'll tell you if I agree with it or not.
Okay, so let's start with, how did you meet Dawn and Candace?
How did we met?
Yeah.
We just bumped into each other at the dollar store one day, and just started introducing herself to me, and Donnie started introducing herself to David, and then we decided to go, and I guess you could say ghost one or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They had a little bit of weed on them, and they ended up going back to Michael like that first, the one with them, and get to know them a little bit better. And then after that, it led up to them inviting us up to their house for drinks and some kind of small little meal or some like a dinner invitation. They invited the kids to dinner one night. And then after that, we just, I don't know, kind of kicked it off or whatever and decided to hang out a lot more and with the kids and everything.
Yeah, so this was like when your son was small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My son was still not good, almost 90 thing.
Okay. And you did not sleep with Dawn, right?
I did not.
Okay, so tell me again, there was a rumor that some lady started, she went to Candace, and she told Candace that you had slept with Dawn, and then there was a fight.
There was a big old argument. There was never skin-to-skin contact or anything. There was never hits or just
Right.
talking or anything like that. No.
Okay, and the last time you were,
argument going on, yes.
and the last time you were up on the property,
They got after Easter time, but all that bullshit. But out and out.
oh, it happened around Easter time.
Yeah, I can remember just doing the Easter hunt with churches and stuff like that around that time.
So, but you were up there after that on December 27th.
Yeah, with my ex-boyfriend. 5 years.
Okay.
Right after David.
You were up there with somebody that wasn't David?
No, I was not with David at the time. Me and David was just a co-parenting. We was just getting along for John at the time.
Okay, so your new boyfriend and you went up to the Wells property December 27th.
No, me and my new, no. Right there, baby, y'all.
Okay.
No, me and my new boyfriend went to go visit my son, John. This boyfriend never knew Candace. I didn't know Candace from nowhere.
Okay.
No, we're talking about Steven. Oh, yeah. At that time, Steven was my boyfriend at the time. Back in December 27th, 2019, that's a picture of me and Steve. I was telling her about. Don't like everybody a bird. That's what he's doing, bird. Steve is from Greenville. He's not from Beach Creek.
So
Steven Chisholm was my boyfriend at the time. That's the one I was with back in December the 27th of 2019. He took me out there to see my son. And we stayed there for a little bit, visited with my kid, and then we headed back to Greenville Apartments where Steve's mom lives at Maryland. He lives in Greenville Apartments.
so you and Steve stayed at Candace's house for a little bit?
No, Steve don't even know Kansas. I wasn't hanging with Kansas back then.
Oh, okay. Because I thought you had said the last time you seen.
That was the last time I stepped foot on Beach Creek.
Oh, okay.
I was out on Beach Creek.
Okay, I thought you meant.
27th of 2019.
Okay, I thought you meant you were at Dawn and Candace's house.
No.
Okay, so when did you stay? Okay, all right. I'm glad you made that clear. Thank you. So when did you stay up on the Wills property?
I haven't seen them in a very, very, very long time.
Have you ever lived on their property?
I stayed there for like maybe 3 days, the most.
And do you remember when that was?
I had to be back in, I would say back in 2017, 2018. No. I had to be back 2000. I would say 2000. I had to be back in 2000 of the teens because I got off there I probably got off the Beach Creek probably 2017 or 2018 is when I left Beach Creek. It had to be one of them two. But I didn't go back to Beach Creek to 2019. Just where I visit. And I was just to see my kid, and that's it.
So you and Candace have been.
Summer cases. They had nothing to do with summer wells case or anything. Just have.
Right. And I don't.
Me wanted to see my kid, and that's it.
Yeah, I don't think anybody would dispute that. I don't think anybody thinks anything like that. Okay, so
Hello?
have you spoken to Candace since you had your fight with her?
No.
No.
This agreement and we transfer words? No.
Okay, so because
Never know to hit. Never do so I can't say anything like that. No.
okay, so because I'm recording this, I'm sorry I'm asking you all these questions over again. Could you explain to me about the lady who lived in the shed down on Beach Creek?
The lady that lived in the shed down on Beach Creek.
Yeah, the one that they called Mama.
Oh, okay, yeah. I don't really know that much about her, but I do know a little bit about her. I know she was kind of, what do you call them, a packing whore?
Uh-huh.
It was always like a bunch of shit. They stacked up a lot.
Like a hoarder.
A hoarder, yeah, a hoarder. That's what I meant. She was bad. I know that for a fact because she had to keep a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, and
Like,
she
when you
had,
want to go away, she liked to keep it.
and you said she had 2 dogs.
Yeah, she had 2 dogs. Two small little lap dogs.
Okay. And Summer and the kids and everybody called her Grandma.
Yeah, and Donnie and Candace always call her Mom.
So do you think that was Candace's mother?
Mother? First I thought she was, but then later down the road I got told she wasn't.
So what did she look like?
No, I remember her. She was kind of like my height. I'm 5'4". She was just a bit taller than me. Very dark.
It's really hard to understand this woman. Let me explain to you what she's saying to me. Because this is the part I always wanted people to hear. A woman in the shed with long, dark, brown hair, 2 dogs, a packing hoarder, in her 40s or 50s. 2017, after Summer's born, she was really, really, really close to Summer. The kids called her grandma. Dawn and Candace called her mom. But she's finding out that it was not Dawn and Candace's mom. It's not Dawn Candace's mom. It's not the same lady that's on the news. If anybody wants to pay attention, since I lost all my subs for going and trying to share Summer's picture somewhere else. Cool. I know my audience don't like the idea. I won't do it again. Lordy Lord. Let me go back a little. Unless somebody big went live.
A bunch of stuff.
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
she
you
had,
like to go away, she like to keep it.
and you said she had 2 dogs.
I was telling her about. Don't like everybody at work. That's what he said at work. Dave is from Greenville. Dave's not from Beach Creek.
So,
David Chisholm was my boyfriend at the time. That's the one I was with back in December the 27th of 2019. He took me out there to see my son. And we stayed there for a little bit, visited with my kid, and then we headed back to Greenville Terrace Apartments with Steve's mom lives at Maryland. He lives in Greenville Terrace Apartments.
so you and Steve stayed at Candace's house for a little bit?
No, Steve don't even know Kansas. I wasn't hanging with Kansas back then.
Oh, okay. Because I thought you had said the last time you seen.
That was the last time I stepped foot on Beach Creek.
Oh, okay.
I was out on Beach Creek.
Okay, I thought you meant.
27th of 2019.
Okay, I thought you meant you were at Dawn and Candace's house.
No.
Okay, so when did you stay? Okay, all right. I'm glad you made that clear. Thank you. So when did you stay up on the Wills property?
I haven't seen them in a very, very, very long time.
Have you ever lived on their property?
I stayed there for like maybe 3 days, the most.
And do you remember when that was?
I had to be back in, I want to say back in 2017, 2018. No. I had to be back 2000. I want to say 2000. I had to be back in 2000 of the teens because I got off there I probably got off the Beach Creek probably 2017 or 2018. When I left Beach Creek, it had to be one of them two. But I didn't go back to Beach Creek to 2019. Just where I visit. And I was just to see my kid, and that's it.
So you and Candace have been.
Summer cases. They had nothing to do with Summer Wells case or anything. They just have.
Right. And I don't.
Me wanted to see my kid, and that's it.
Yeah, I don't think anybody would dispute that. I don't think anybody thinks anything like that. Okay, so
Hello.
have you spoken to Candace since you had your fight with her?
No.
No.
We had this agreement, and we transfer words. No.
Okay, so because
Never do anything like that.
Okay, so because I'm recording this, I'm sorry I'm asking you all these questions over again. Could you explain to me about the lady who lived in the shed down on Beach Creek?
The lady that lived in the shed down on Beach Creek.
Yeah, the one that they called Mama.
Oh, okay, yeah. I don't really know that much about her, but I do know a little bit about her. Only thing I know, she was kind of, what do you call them, a packing whore?
Uh-huh.
It was always like a bunch of shit. That stacked up a lot.
Like a hoarder.
A hoarder, yeah, a hoarder. That's what I meant. She was that. I know that for a fact, because she had to keep a bunch of stuff.
Yeah,
Like
and she
me,
had,
when I go away, she liked to keep it.
and you said she had 2 dogs.
Yeah, she had 2 dogs. Two small little lap dogs.
Okay. And Summer and the kids and everybody called her Grandma.
Yeah, and Donnie and Candace always call Mama. Mom.
So do you think that was Candace's mother?
First I thought she was, but then later down the road I got told she wasn't.
So what did she look like?
No, I remember her just kind of like my height. I'm 5'4". She was just a bit taller than me. Very pretty, dark, brownish or blackish hair. And she was kind of, yeah, I wouldn't say middle age, I wouldn't say too old. I would say right in the middle.
Like in her 40s?
40s, 50s.
Okay. All right. And how long did she live there?
Well, to my knowledge, I would probably say about a year or 2.
So she was there after you and Candace had to fight.
She was there before me.
And after, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's see, what else did we talk about?
Yeah.
Well, Dev, I don't know why nobody will listen to this. It drives me absolutely batty. It's a description of fucking Rose Bly. Fred collaborates Crystal Spencer's story when they were selling S in the shed with the sign that a preacher had to stop. Nobody wants to hear this. They'd rather hear the drama about Boober and his balls on somebody's mouth and Benny in the same old Jody Sue shit and Ziggy in the same old shit. But nobody wants to hear other things that could really fucking mean something and bring another missing person home. But everybody cares. What do I know? I'm 6 minutes to my 2-hour mark. I'm in a foul mood today. It's been a bad day. Not a bad day. It's been a decent day. But I had a fight with my sister. An argument with my husband. I wanted to do Thanksgiving dinner tonight because the kids ain't going to be home, but they didn't do the dishes. I did 90% of them. They didn't do the few I left, and they're all down there fucking around. So it's just been one of them type of tipsy-turvy days. I apologize. It's normal life. Oh, I'm not feeling bad. I'm sure my mood will come back in a minute. My husband just came in the door and shit got all fucked up. That's all. And I went and did that stupid thing and I regret doing it now. I thought my audience would like it, but if you don't, just tell me. Don't leave. That's all. I thought yins would like a little change. I think we just cover summer so damn much that you need little changes. You know what I mean? I try to do different things on my channel and I don't want to cover only summer forever. That's not what I came to YouTube to do, and I got stuck in this cycle. And it's hard to try to get people that are only here for summer to think about anything but summer. And I appreciate that, but it gets really unhealthy for all of us. We could switch up sometimes. That's why I started my hour-long afternoon, and it's going pretty good. I had 2 of them. Afternoon in other news things. Today I was able to incorporate Squall, if you haven't seen it. Tomorrow I'm going to do autumn, and I'm going to look for a smaller clip that I can include about autumn and maybe some other things tomorrow. But it's not really going to be just summer. Change is amazing, little Dev. And I do appreciate the 11 that stood around and the 1 that chatted. It is what it is. That's life. Peace and love anyways. Talk to you all later. I hope they found summer when I get off of here. See you tomorrow. Bye.